Hello Cowboys Nation. Here's another round of Dallas Cowboys news. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like it so you don't team up. Cowboys expected to make surprise QB trade for 2024 draft pick. It's easy to forget, now that the 2023 regular season is nearing its end, that the Cowboys entered the year not 100% sure Dak Prescott is their guy. That was one of the reasons behind what now looks like a strange negotiation, the August Cowboys trade that took Trey Lance from San Francisco to Dallas. If Prescott disappoints, Lance's presence could at least be used as collateral in contract negotiations with Prescott, who will be granted an extension. The fact that Prescott has responded with an MVP-caliber season is the happiest outcome for the Cowboys, but it leaves a small problem for Dallas: what to do with Lance, who is owed a guaranteed $5.3 million. It's not a huge impact, of course, but Dallas will be begging for dollars in 2024, and $5.3 million is a lot to pay a third player, assuming Cooper Rush stays put. A trade of Lance to the Cowboys would be a surprise. He's not a hot commodity right now. He was the third overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, but the guy hasn't played a snap all season and hasn't been on an NFL field since September 2022. But on Spotrac, in an article predicting quarterback resolutions for 2024, contract expert Mike Giannitti sees a team desperate enough to give Lance a chance. The Denver Broncos, perhaps the only team that can take the small risk and high reward. Bet on Lance. Don't expect much return, though. Giannitti sees a trade of Lance to the Cowboys yielding only a draft pick swap. Trey Lance will earn $5.3 million guaranteed. Once again, as Giannitti notes, Prescott's contract is the main attraction, and he is expected to earn an impressive $60 million a year. Prescott enters a contract year in 2024, projected to earn $34 million against a cap hit of $59.5 million. He mathematically projects a 4-year, $200 million extension, but Dallas probably needs to approach $60 million per year to convince Dak to extend early, he wrote. But the situation behind Prescott also brings some intrigue. Cooper Rush holds $2.25 million non-guaranteed for 2024, but Trey Lance, remember him? Carries a fully guaranteed salary of $5.3 million next season. Is he ready to be Prescott's backup, or will Dallas need to shuffle some pieces around in the coming months? Giannitti wondered. That would be a disappointing return for a player who cost the Cowboys a 4th-round pick, which in retrospect was a high price to pay for some of Prescott's insurance, especially considering there's no way to get rid of Lance's money without a trade. Still, if Dallas can make the trade of a late-round pick, say a 5th-rounder from Denver for a 6th-rounder, then maybe some face can be saved. But with the Broncos having replaced Russell Wilson, with an alleged divorce from the former star to follow, Denver urgently needs an economic reboot at the position. Career reserve Jarrett Stidham will start here and could get a trial run for the job next season. Former Cowboys reserve Ben DiNucci is the Broncos' 3rd offensive lineman. Cowboys Rumors Expert says $62.5 million roster bubble seized. There were times when Cowboys wide receiver Michael Gallup looked like the player the team expected him to be when they signed him to a 5-year, $62.5 million contract in 2022. He had 11 receptions and 152 combined yards in weeks 3 and 4 combined, for example, and had 2 receptions for 70 yards and a touchdown in week 9. But those instances were few and far between, and when it comes to Cowboys rumors on Gallup, most involve ways to get him off the roster. It's not going to be easy. Because of the way his contract is structured, the Cowboys can't save significant money unless they designate him for release after June 1st, which means they won't have any cap savings until the summer. Still, on Spotrac, a website that covers sports contract details, Gallup is listed among the players who are on the roster bubble for 2024. His only hope of remaining with the Cowboys is another contract restructuring, as he managed in 2023. Road cap and contract expert Mike Giannitti, Gallup signed a low-cost WR2 contract in March 2022, but he never returned to full form on the field. With that said, the dead cap structure on this deal means an early trade/release only opens up $800,000. Will Dallas keep this deal on the books until June 1st to make $9.5 million in the summer, or is this simply another cap conversion that keeps Gallup on the roster for 2024? Gallup's best year was in 2019, his second year in the NFL after the Cowboys picked him in the third round out of Colorado State in 2018. He had 66 receptions for 1,107 yards and 6 touchdowns that year, and it's that image of Gallup that Dallas has clung to ever since. He tore his anterior cruciate ligament at the end of the 2021 season and still got the big contract months later. But he's been beyond disappointing ever since. Gallup had 39 receptions for 424 yards last season in 14 games, and in 15 games this season, he had 34 receptions and 418 yards. Last month, wide receivers coach Robert Prince wondered if the Cowboys were asking too much of Gallup. The implication was that Gallup was no longer up to the job of WR2. You know, unfortunately, sometimes things don't work out, Prince said, according to SI.com, but we put NG on the island, and he's going to get press coverage, and we're asking him to win those battles. The 2024 Cowboys rumors will focus on Dak Prescott. Of course, all the Cowboys rumors in 2024 will be overshadowed by contract negotiations with quarterback Dak Prescott. But the team has other gaps to fill and questions to answer, including on the offensive line and, obviously, among the wide receivers. Veteran Brandon Cooks can be repaired, but he's not the second choice. Second-year student Jalen Tolbert has had more opportunities, but it's questionable whether he can fill the role as well. As for Gallup, the Cowboys are looking more and more like they need to do something. Cutting him won't provide immediate relief, but there may be no other choice. As columnist Mac Engel wrote in the Star-Telegram, this is hard to watch. It's hard to watch because Michael Gallup is a nice guy and you want to see the good guys do well. Right now, the Dallas Cowboys number 13 isn't doing well. Of the many moves the Cowboys have made in recent years, handing Gallup his 5-year, $62.5 million contract in March 2022 continues to look worse with every snap. Cowboys insider Jerry Jones sees two-time All-Pro as potential head coach. The Dallas Cowboys are currently led by head coach Mike McCarthy, but one veteran observer suggested that the team sees a former Dallas icon as having head coaching potential. Former two-time All-Pro tight end Jason Witten has already had success in his coaching career and is catching the eye of owner Jerry Jones. Citing a Dallas Morning News story in which Jones said he saw similarities between Coach of the Year favorite Dan Campbell and Witten, ESPN's Ed Werder posted on X on December 27, Jerry Jones' quote at the end of this article suggests he has Jason Witten in mind as an eventual Cowboys coach. In a story about the success of coaches coming from the Bill Parcells coaching tree, Calvin Watkins of the Morning News quoted Jones saying, "I actually thought the kind of thing we see in Dan is so football appropriate for the game. Every time I look at him, I see Jason Witten, for real." If anyone can translate Jerry's language, it would be Werder, a longtime ESPN reporter who also covered the Cowboys for the Morning News in the 1990s. After officially retiring as a Cowboy in 2021, Witten took over as coach. In 2021, the former Dallas tight end was hired as head coach of Liberty Christian School in Argyle, Texas. It was an opportunity for Witten to spend time with his two sons, who attend the school and joined the high school team from 2023. After his first season ended with just 2 wins, Witten turned the team into a playoff contender to be champions. Witten's and the Warriors went undefeated last season, racking up 14 wins and claiming the TAPPS Division II title. It was the school's first championship since 2007. What did you think of this news? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any Dallas Cowboys news. Thank you.